there's something in my eye testicle or eyeball. Same difference. Not really, right?
No, I mean, balls are testicles.
Okay.
Okay, are we good?
Ready.
Welcome to Stoopid Movies, where we watch them so you do not have to.
Correct! Today we watched a movie called Lake Nowhere. And this is from 2000...
Wow.
It's 2014, 51 minutes long, and it's not rated. And this was directed by two people. Had two. Christopher Phelps and Maxim Van Scoy. That's kind of a cool name. I kind of like that. Let's see. This starred Oscar Allen, Paul Gagnon, Charles Gaskins, Lauren Hajek, Melody Kalogi, Ray Villanova, Nathan Andrew Wright, and Matthew Houck as the Masked Maniac.
That was a lot of one name. When you read it, sounded like just one solid name.
Yeah.
That one person was amazing, though.
That wild long name. We headed to the lake to stay at a cabin, house, whatever it was, in the woods. And we go there to do stuff. And naturally, as happened in the 70s and 80s and every decade afterward, somebody comes and kills us all. So what happened in this movie? I kind of just said it.
But you basically got it. That's it.
I love retro. I love 80s. I love not so much 70s, but some 70s. What do you love? What do you like?
I really like the opening, like the first few minutes of this.
Yeah.
It was a retro, like super throwback commercial and upcoming features and now our feature presentation. And I really dug that. I love that feeling, man. That takes me back.
Kind of reminded me of like WNUF Halloween special. Kind of that vibe where they kind of do that. They nailed it really, really well, I thought. The atmosphere of this thing, I really like. It has a weird kind of uneasy tone to it. And I don't know really how to explain it. It's just kind of like the 70s. Was like when they were done really well back then. And like early 80s and whatever. If they nailed that kind of dirty tone.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
It just felt weird and it felt almost uncomfortable at times. It's hard to explain. So I
like the acting.
Yeah, the acting was fine.
Yeah.
And the character was fine. There's not much to them, so they didn't have a lot to work with to do. But
and they nailed that 70s aesthetic of acting.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Which is the not great acting.
Right. But it fit for what it was, and it made it feel authentic, like it kind of came from that time. There's a trailer for Harvest Man. That would be cool.
I want to see that.
I want that. Yeah, I want that to be an actual movie because that seemed pretty neat. So give us Harvest Man.
Quit making trailers for movies that look better than the movie we're watching.
I loved the score. Again, has that retro kind of throwback sound. Like it fit with that atmosphere and that retro aesthetic. Is it aesthetic? Aesthetic.
Well, it's AES.
Yeah, so it's aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
But yeah, I love the score. It just had that kind of, went with that, made it that uncomfortable feel for me, which I loved.
Kind of like watching her show.
Yeah. It's totally, feel. We make you uneasy and uncomfortable, then we're doing our job.
Yeah. I like that the movie had a little bit of something for everyone.
Yes.
Had boobs.
It did have boobs.
For me. It was great. I appreciate it. Had a naked guy for Rupp.
No, not for me. Wang Doodle.
Yeah, there was a Wang Doodle all on display.
Mm-hmm. There's some decent blood and gore. Some decent kills. It's not a ton, but I feel it fit with what was happening.
The one face smash into the wall was really well done. I like that a lot. That was a good effect.
Yeah, that was well done.
I feel weird saying I liked that, but it was well done.
Well, yeah. You guys know what we're talking about. We're not talking about reality here.
I like watching that chick get her face smashed into the wall over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Really did it for me. But no, it was really well done. The effect was really visceral.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't overdone. Yep. It had blood, but it wasn't like over the top, which is good. I always love more gore, but sometimes less is more. Short run time.
Yeah.
51 minutes. And I thought it goes by fine. I almost kind of wish it was a little bit longer.
Well, especially considering the first, 8 to 10 minutes is
kind of
commercials and trailers and
faux trailers.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Faux? faux trailers and whatnot, and
Faux.
Faux. And I like the killer. I thought it was cool.
Sure.
You don't like it when coffee shops don't have hot coffee.
Fucking Duncan, you lost our sponsorship.
So
fuck you. Scooters now all the way.
I personally thoroughly enjoyed that little trip. So what did you not, or what did we not like about Lake Nowhere?
I didn't like the story. It was a mess. So you have a traditional slasher in the woods.
Yeah.
You have a summoned demon thing story.
Right. It's kind of, yep.
That are completely separate from each other. The guy just showed up and started killing people.
Right.
He was not summoned.
Right.
But they did summon something. That's why the one friend who had his wang-doodle hanging out all the time, that's why he was being all crazy and started killing people.
Possessed.
Completely unrelated stories. It was a mess. I did not like it. It felt too much like they had some cool ideas and they just threw those cool ideas in, but didn't think about, we need a story around it to support those cool ideas.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I didn't really think about it. Like, when I think of the movie, I just think of the killer.
Yeah.
The slasher part, I guess. But yeah, that is true.
And maybe if it had been longer, they could have really explained it a little bit better. Not over-explained it, but they could have explained it a little better.
Yeah. Make it like an hour and 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
At about 20 minutes, kind of tighten things up. And I'm with you on that. I do feel it could have been a little bit longer to maybe hash things out, make things stick to the wall a little better.
I also despise 70s throwback movies. And I have not hidden that fact.
Right.
The 70s are not my era.
Me either.
I hate the 70s.
Yeah.
I hate that aesthetic. The 80s is different. I enjoy the 80s aesthetic, but the 70s aesthetic just doesn't do it for me. And that's what's weird, because the opening had an 80s vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was feeling.
Yeah.
But then once it clicked into the actual movie, then it was a 70s vibe. And that doesn't do it for me. That's me. If you're into 70s movies, you'll probably like this a lot more than I did.
And it was so authentic, it made you hate it.
You did very good at making something that I don't like.
Really, the only thing that I didn't like, and I can see what you're saying about the story and all that, but is some of the special effects were really cheesy and cheap looking, hence the decapitation scene. Yeah. It was funny, it made me laugh, but
it was authentic. When you are intentionally redoing a style that's bad, if you do bad, how do we know that you did a good job at making it bad, or you just did a bad job? It's so hard to tell. Some of those effects were that way, where it's like they either did a really good job of capturing how badly this would have been done, or they're just incompetent and did a bad job.
So let's get out of the lake and get dressed and head back home here. I love this movie. I enjoyed it. I love that aesthetic. They nailed the retro opening and the VHS collision. We've seen others that try to do that, and this did it 10 times better than most of those.
Yep.
I like the atmosphere, the tone, the uneasiness that it gives, the location, the setting, all that stuff I thought was just great. The short runtime makes it an easy watch. It breezes by. I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 8. Adam?
I didn't like it. It was fine for what it was, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing, and that's a big chunk of it. I don't like 70s movies, so I'm not gonna like this.
I don't either, which is kind of interesting when you bring that up.
It was fine. I like the intro. I would have if this had been just the first 10 minutes or so, and then the tape broke and I couldn't watch the rest of it, this would be a solid 7-ish. 6.5 to 7. I would be very satisfied. It left me feeling weird. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 8.
Have you seen Lake Nowhere? Let us know what you thought below in the comments. I'll do all that stuff you're supposed to do when you're on YouTube. Tell your friends.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Head over to Facebook.com/StoopidMovies. Instagram @StoopidMovies. You can also email us at StoopidMovies@outlook.com. And if you want, give me a wave at the horror punk, and he will wave at you through me. Or he'll do that. Thanks for watching our reviews. We appreciate you.
Bye. So it's like if I punched you in the dick and then punched you in the arm, punching you in the arm is good in comparison
to
getting punched in the dick. So that's what this movie was.